What do you think about this political circus?
I think it's ridiculous.
You gotta vote, so when they rob you blind, they can say it was with your consent. You gotta vote, so that when they try and rule the world, you'll think it's you they represent. Yeah, you gotta vote.
Do you mind telling us who you're voting for?
President Obama.
Obama?
Oh, wait.
Obama!
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So,
Obama! Obama!
so let's say I'm unemployed and I need some money. So I decide to get a gun and go up to you girls one day. You girls are out doing your thing. I point the gun at you and I demand that you give me your money. Would you say that I'm acting immorally?
Yes. Yes. I thought that was just a given. I'm thinking she like.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so are you girls against welfare?
No. No, I'm not.
I'm sorry?
No. No, I'm not.
Isn't it basically the same thing?
Guess not.
Why isn't it the same thing?
Well, I think welfare is for people who need to have some support until they can get themselves up.
But I need support too.
Yeah, but you're harming someone.
The government, but the government forces you as well. Because you don't have a choice in paying taxes. In fact, if you don't pay your taxes, the IRS fines you. If you don't pay the fines, you get thrown in jail. And if you try to escape from jail, they might shoot you dead. So fundamentally, it's still a gun pointed at you. So would you say they are the same, fundamentally?
No.
How many fingers, Winston?
Four. I suppose there are four.
Fundamentally, it's still a gun pointed at you. So would you say they are the same, fundamentally?
No.
I tried to see five.
Is there a difference between those two things?
I don't think so.
That was no?
Because I think there's no difference.
You think there's no difference?
No difference.
But you just said that the first one's immoral.
When you elaborate psychologically,
Sure.
it's the same.
They're the same, right?
Yes.
So they're both immoral.
Yes.
Okay, what else? Is welfare immoral?
I don't think so.
If you don't pay the fines, you go to prison. If you try to escape from prison, you'll probably end up getting shot dead or something.
So it's the same thing as...
Well, I think fundamentally it is, because you have no choice in the matter. So you said it was immoral if I go up to you and point a gun. Is it immoral when the government does it?
Yeah, but it depends what you're taxing me for,
So as long as you support it, it's okay with you.
I suppose.
Who do you support?
I voted for Romney. I support our next president, Mitt Romney.
Let's say I have a few friends in another country who tell me they need some of my money for whatever reason, but I don't have the money. So instead of working hard to develop that money and eventually give it to them, I decide to go into the streets and point a gun at you and force you to give me your money so I can give it to my friends in another country. Would you say that that's an immoral thing to do?
It's the wrong thing to do. It's a criminal thing to do.
Is it a bad thing? Is it
Yeah,
bad?
it's impossible. That's what I mean.
It's bad, right?
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Is there a difference between me pointing a gun at you and forcing you to give me your money for some friends in another country and foreign aid for Israel, for example? Is there a difference between that?
A lot.
So you're against foreign aid, aren't you?
Foreign aid to give to other countries who don't have? In a way, yes, I am. Because the bottom line is that that country has to be shown how to provide for their own people.
Mitt Romney supports foreign aid. Do you disagree with him on that?
Well, you know, you get to the point where you're pressured from other people because you don't want to look like you're the bad guy.
Biggest enemies
Are
that
you
we do.
against foreign aid for Israel?
No, I am not against
Isn't
foreign aid
that
for
welfare?
Israel. No, it is not.
How is it not welfare?
Very simple, because we are chartered to be able to defend the only democracy in the Middle East.
Okay, how about foreign aid for countries aside than Israel? Because it's going everywhere.
If it's me, I'm pulling foreign aid right out of Egypt at this very second.
So why do I gotta pay for Israel? Well,
Because...
hold the gun.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what you're doing.
No.
That's what you're doing. Because I don't have a choice in paying for Israel, bro. So you're pointing the gun at me.
But listen, then again,
It's
Then
true.
again-
You're putting a gun to my head. It's kind of fucked up.
It's
It's wrong. It's freaking wrong. But
okay.
you know what it is? Obama's got a gun at you. Do you have a choice to pay those taxes? When Obama takes the money from a business, do you have a choice? You don't, man. The government's got a gun at you. If you don't pay your taxes, you get a fine from the IRS. If you don't pay the fine, the IRS sends you to jail. If you try to escape from jail, the IRS will shoot you dead. Obama does it and Romney does it. They both have guns at you. How do you feel about that?
I feel that they taking my freedom in an unfair way.
Absolutely.
Obama, not Romney.
Did it suck when George Bush was having all these wars and he
Yeah.
forced you guys through taxes to pay for the bombs and bullets that killed kids in other countries? Did that kind of piss you off?
Yes, just a little bit, yeah.
Right, maybe kind of pissed you off.
In that case, yeah, it was.
So it seems you're against government using force on its citizens when you disagree with the certain flavor of force they're using. If they're using force for welfare, it's all good. But if it's warfare, that's messed up. But in the end, what is it? It's government forcing American citizens to do things against their will. Do you see that trend in politics in both parties? Using force against people who have not done anything violent? What do you think about that trend?
That's a scary trend.
How do you feel about voting for Obama now? So it doesn't matter that,
I have other over Romney. Yeah.
right, so
I
let's,
have my reason.
doesn't it suck that the government can come in with a gun, claim the moral high ground, point it at you as Americans, as taxpayers, and force you to give up your money against your will, whether it's for welfare or warfare? It's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
They both support pointing guns at us, like little tax slaves, and forcing us to do things against their will. Why? Because of their government. Because they have some kind of imaginary moral high ground to tell us what to do. How do you ladies feel about that?
I just deal and keep it moving because I want to live here. Like, if I didn't want to pay taxes, if I didn't want to fund the government, I wouldn't get a job. I'd be a bum on the street, but I need money, so I'm going to work, and so they're going to get my money, and that's
because
just
of
how
that,
it's going to be.
George Bush launches wars and blows shit up. That's just a consequence of living in America.
Exactly, and that's why I vote, to try to have some type of voice, but...
Do you think there's a
only so
more
much I can
effective
do.
way to create change other than voting?
As of right now, that's the only choice we have. So.
Yeah, right now.
Not that I know of. So,
Not that you know of.
yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You cannot live in a world of absolutes either. There are many things that I would like to change, but there's also a consciousness that I know that I cannot change certain things no matter what. There are certain functions of the government that you're just going to have to learn to live with, and that is
But isn't
something.
that only true because you keep electing it?
No.
You gotta vote to keep up the illusion that the people are in control. You gotta vote for one of two narcissistic megalomaniacs with no soul. You gotta vote so when they rob you blind, they can say it was with your consent. You gotta vote so that when they lie, cheat and steal, you think it's you they represent. Yeah, you gotta vote.
I'm allowed to hide in a booth and press a button, and that makes me important.